Alright, here we are. Logging on with the Beastlord again. Just got our pet right before I logged off the last time, so I haven't really gotten to do too much with it. Killed a couple critters, but that was about it. Now let's see if we can figure out how it works. Put my ears in. Whenever you're ready. Look out behind you. It's a cat. And there's my warden, or warder. He's a tree. I can't really zoom in because he's short. And that doesn't help. There he is. There he is. He's a little tree. Wood elf. It's the little things in life. Alright, so what are we doing? We have quests. We have the mushrooms, we have the pumas, we have to get the lemonade, we have to get 6 truffles. Why does it seem like we're missing something? Pretty sure there's more to life than this. Let me snoop around for just a minute. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, I think that's it. Alright. Ah, XR. XR are fun. We were talking about that in the last stream. I never personally played it. Not a hater of consoles. I have a whole bunch of them. I have everything from the 2600 up to the 360. I just don't play them. I like the fact that they exist. I like the fact that they've opened it up to more people. Me personally, I don't play them. So not a hater, just not a user. But no, I've never tried it. Never tried it. Kill. Get him. Oh, that makes me happy. Yeah, I mean, I have my fair share of console stories. I loved just about anything to do with Halo. Um, and that's just best played on a console. Made my way through the first 2 Mass Effects. Recently, when I was younger, I used to do a lot more console stuff because that's all there was. I mean, home computer gaming wasn't. I'm talking like original Nintendo um, gaming. So 16-bit graphics, 8-bit graphics. Then that Sega Genesis came out with its crazy 32-bit graphics. But then once I got my first computer, that was it. It was all over. That was back in '99, I think. I still dabbled in the console thing, but never an avid consumer. I like the computer thing though, not so much for the gaming aspect. I don't know what they did with it. They can't they put it on the shelf, didn't they? Decided not to release it. I keep shift clicking and there's two no drop things on it, and I just have to go back and do it all over again. It's just irritating. Alright, what do we need? What do we need? We need 3 more tasty truffles. Yeah, I don't think they should redo EverQuest. I honestly don't. Let it die when it dies. It's still got quite a bit of life in it. So let it live out its remaining days. Um, and then when it's time for it to go, just let it go. That's okay. It's still going to live on, in private servers and whatnot. So it's never going to be truly dead. But no, that EQ2 should have told them that. EQ2 is a great game. It's a fun game, but it's not EverQuest. You know what I mean? And if you play EverQuest and then you go into EQ2, you're going to be disappointed because it's not the game that you want it to be. No, I haven't yet. Haven't looked at Pantheon yet. There's quite a few games out there that I'm going to be poking my nose into here in the near future. I'm just on this Beastlord kick right now, so. I don't stick with any one game for too long before I bounce off to something else, just to keep things fresh. Always looking for new titles to try out, though. Alright, that's done. That's done. Is there a named mushroom dude down here? I forget. Sporling. Sporling Sleepbringer. Nope. Nope, guess not. Pantheon. I will keep that in mind when I'm out searching around for stuff tomorrow. Not the first time I've heard of it. Just haven't really had a chance to look into it yet. Yeah, if you're playing free, just to see if you want to commit yourself to it again, or for starters, just start on one of the regular blue servers. I'm telling you, if you're on a classic server, or one of the progression servers where it's still back in the early days of EverQuest, you won't have fun. You can't have fun with that unless you've experienced it back in the day. And then it's really just a nostalgia kind of thing. And I'm not trying to speak ill of it. It's just it was a lot of work. Old EQ was a lot of work. It was I mean, I'm level 8 on this character after just like a few hours of gameplay. It would have taken me probably 3 weeks back then to get to like level 6, 7, 8, something like that, of sitting in a field killing little rats with a rusty dagger. It was brutal. It was brutal. But it was good. It was good fun, and that's all we had. Back then that's all we had. So we enjoyed the heck out of it. We didn't know any different. Um, so that's why we enjoyed it so much. And there's still some people that want to continue along that mean, but as you get older, your time becomes shorter. I don't have the time. I just simply don't have the time to spend 10 hours a day in a field killing fire beetles. Um, if you do, and that's your thing, awesome, wonderful. It's still a lot of cool. I mean, it's still really neat. If you want to try it out, try out what Classic EverQuest is. Try one of the like P99. That's straight up Classic EverQuest. A few little tweaks here and there, maybe just to make it more serviceable for their needs, but in general, it's Classic EverQuest. Um, I logged onto it with a halfling something or other, ran out into a field, immediately died. I have no idea how. There was nothing I could do to save my life. It was brutal. And it was just like this low-level creature. But you start with nothing. And when you die, you lose everything off your body. My favorite zone was always my favorite city was always Nariak, the Dark Elf city. All that neon that I don't know what it would look like on EQOA, but on EverQuest, there was all this like neon stuff, magic stuff glowing on the walls, and it's underground, of course, and dark and gloomy, and but with all these bright colors bouncing around all over the place. So a combination of the evil dark elves plus the fact that they're elves, so they still like their colors. Um, it was really neat, and then it had there was a one of the districts was where all the non-dark elves did all their business, the ogres and the trolls and whatnot. So they had their own quarter. Really neat zone. That was my favorite. The zone that I probably had the most fun in of all was Lava Storm. I was talking about that earlier with on my ranger. I would just spend weeks running around Lava Storm, killing all the name mobs, and just getting all the fun little drops that I would then take and sell on the bazaar. And it was just a really good time, and enjoyed it for quite a while. Well beyond when I should have moved on, just because it was so much fun. Um, I never experienced any of the extreme high-end content. I never did. I was never that serious a player. Played for a long time, but I always just played with it. I never took it serious. My favorite zone to camp in, to hunt in, would probably be, just for like grinding XP and whatnot, would be High Pass. You spend a lot of time in High Pass too, looting the orc and gnoll scalps, giving them to the guards, running into town to sell all your loot, and run back out again. Eventually, you work your way down the basement and start fighting the goblins. I just like that little area. Had everything you needed right there. The mods in EQ never actively participated in anything like that. Um, it was frowned upon. They were supposed to be just there to help, um, and that was okay. That was okay. Nobody had a problem with that. It was just they'd help you if you were stuck, or like if somebody was griefing you, they'd come and like if you're trying to kill a mob and they wouldn't let you get to it, a higher level character, they would disconnect that guy for the next 10 minutes or something like that, but they never actively got involved with the player base beyond that. At least not to my knowledge. I'm not saying it. They do a lot of special events though. That's what I like about EverQuest. There's always something going on. Always some special little hoo-ha, you know, a holiday thing or the anniversary event is amazing. It's a lot of fun. That's typically if they're going to give you like a free character upgrade, you know, like to boost to level 85, they'll do it around the anniversary time. But then there's always a lot of quests to do and whatnot. So. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, nothing stands out to me, but I mean, you're really asking the wrong person. Um, some of the more hardcore people might know more about that than I would. If it was a glitch, I probably wouldn't even notice it. Definitely no way I'd exploit it because I wouldn't even know about it. I would just assume that's the way EverQuest is because it's always been kind of wonky. That's messed up. I just remember everybody hated Necros. Yeah, I imagine the console would also be more PvP friendly. Except on like large scale stuff, uh, the PvP in EverQuest isn't really that exciting. Well, you see how the models are just kind of stiff. They don't do a lot. Um, and when you're doing PvP, you want to see the fighting. I mean, they throw the punches and whatnot, but it's not the same. It's not the same as actually seeing the fighting. So now there were servers. There's entire servers dedicated to it, but that was a whole different deal altogether. When I first started playing, I played on the racehorse server, and there were four groups, and it was supposed to be everybody against everybody else amongst the four groups. Um, but it ended up being three groups against all the evil groups, which is I was on the evil group side. Um, so we were always getting ganked in that close force. It was horrible. It's good, horrible fun, but oh, it was horrible. But it wasn't so much about the individual PvP, and back then it was more about the group effort. The straight up PvP servers are just chaos, absolute chaos. Yeah, yeah, it sounds it. That came out much later than EverQuest did, though. So they had time to upgrade the engine and definitely improve the graphics, I'm sure. Because even like PlayStation 1 graphics are better than a lot of the EverQuest graphics. Sitting here talking, I have no idea what I'm doing. Trying to keep all the trade skill stuff in the trade satchel. Yeah, see, you guys got all these shiny things. Here we just get big blobs of fire that get a little bigger, maybe. Except for the Necros. Necros get the best pets, the best looking pets. They start with skeletons and then work their way up to specters and various other things. Um, yeah, Necros really got a lot of love in this game. It's crazy, crazy powerful class. But back to your original question, no, I don't think a progression server would suit you. And that's not a dig. It's just it's slow. It's slow. It's grindy, 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 grindy. Quests are very difficult to find and do because you don't have all the like now you can just click on text in the chat box, but back then you had to actually physically respond. You know, you had to type in on the keyboard while you had the NPC targeted, what would you like me to find, or how are you today, or something like that. So it's yeah, you put your time in. Let me tell you, you put your time in, and if you don't have the time to put in, then you don't want to even start doing it. Start on a blue server though. It's still slow compared to something like World of Warcraft, um, but a good slow. I think they found a good pace. That you can see progression, but you're not being overwhelmed by it. You get chance to learn your character and learn what your abilities are and whatnot. And there's so much to explore. Oh my god, years. You could spend years exploring this game and not see everything. It's so big. No, you didn't miss out. It's still here. It's still here. All the old content's still here. Some of it's been graphically updated. But you can go back to any of the old original cities, do all the old original quests. There's walkthroughs on all of them on Alakazam. Yeah, no, it's still EverQuest. It's just they've added stuff to make it easier. That's all. So it was rough. It was really rough. But we did it. We'd be out there in that field with our rusty dagger, killing beetles for hours on end, turning in bone chips for quest rewards by the stack. You just sit there and kill skeletons all day. And the Necros get mad at you, Necros and Shadow Knights, because you're taking all the bone chips they need to summon their pets. But then you can turn around and sell them. It was a good source of income back in the day. It was. There's a lot to the game. There's a lot of story. There's no one individual story. There's a bunch of different stories. So, but that even almost doesn't even matter in EverQuest. It's just you make your own stories in this game, and that's pretty much what it feels like. Yeah, they have quests and they have things, and ooh, look at the big evil things, but all that stuff is just background noise, really. It's very player-based, player-focused. It's you that is making the story in this game. Alright, we need 2 more kitty cats. Oh, we need that box of lemonade too. This is good as the graphics get though, so brace yourself for that. It's a very old game, 1999. But Variant created the game. Variant created the game back in '99, and then they hooked up with Sony somehow, and then Sony ended up taking over the game, and didn't do a great job with it. Not horrible, but they were out of their comfort zone. And when Daybreak took it back, or took it over from Sony, they did a really good job of bringing EverQuest back. And I think they're largely responsible for it still being around. Smaller company, they can focus. It's a question of focus. Sony's got so many other projects going on, they can't focus. If you've never played EverQuest, though, I would recommend you play EverQuest 2. It might be more to your liking. A bit faster paced. Good. Done with the kitty cats. What's next? What's next? What's next? Oh, nothing. We're done. Back to town. Uh-oh, we got our pet heal spell. We got to memorize. Alright, thank you for stopping in. Stop back. I'm on every night around 11 o'clock and every afternoon around noon Eastern Standard. So, you know, anytime. Always like talking to folk. Awesome. Got our pet heal, so we're in business now. Now the bus will start rolling in. And at level 24 we get so. No, how close are we? No, we're not going to level off these turn-ins. What's happening, Michael? Hey Brian, how's it going? Yep. They would gouge you for that back in the day. Tasty truffles and lemonade. Lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Yeah, Kai was always another popular one. I still, to this day, don't know what Kai does. I have no idea. Jenkins Hardy Elixir. Increases all stats by 5. Somebody's gotta go. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that would be handy. Okay, now we gotta go turn in with Jinkin again. There's somebody else that asks us to kill the bears, the alligators, and something else. Who the hell was that? Somebody that needed stuff built. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm remembering now. I never played caster, so I never got Kai. I never needed it. But good buddy of mine used to play a cleric. Who am I looking for? I have no. Oh, I know who I am. Yeah, I know. It's the guy up in the leather shop. That's who it is. Yeah, yeah. Ah, bugger! I'm not high enough level. Give me stuff to do. I can do it. I'm strong. I have a tree. Hey, he did. Ah, he's not gonna let me have that one. Nope, not gonna let me have that one either. Just the gator. Oh no, the bears. I get the freaking bears are harder than any of the other ones. Ah well, his loss. He has no idea how awesome I am. Look at that shield. Nothing getting through that shield. That is the hood off a VW Beetle. Jinkin. I need Jinkin. I'm gonna do his quest one more time just to get to level 10. And you wanted 6 of these, I believe. And 12 of these. Where am I at now? Oh yeah, I still need quite a bit. And die. Okay, back up to the 3rd floor. Get the rats and bats out of the way again. There's a little bit of lather, rinse, repeat in Crescent Reach. This guy doesn't talk to you until level 10. Screw him, we don't need him. We do it ourselves. Your stupid quest. Oh, these guys are turning gray, I think. Oops, forgot to unload my bags. Ah well. We'll be alright. Do it when I go back down. Look at that. Healing my pet. Just like I know what I'm doing. He's got this. I'm just going to sit back here. Grove snake up here on the 3rd floor. It's crazy. Oh, my Merc's healing the warder too. That's awesome. Oops, tried to loot my pet. Oh, good lord. It's been a long day. Q, my minion. Q. I should go help the little fella. Poor guy. It's just a little sapling. I sent him into battle against his bat. Kill. Good little beast. No, I swear, man, this little freaking tree just came up and just started kicking me in the ankle. Hurt like hell, too. Gotta keep my melee skills up. Can't let him have all the fun. Okay, we're done with the bats. Just need rats now. There's one. Excuse me. And we're done with that. Yeah, it was a really freaking long day. Jesus criminy was it ever. Ugh. Yeah, I got a fresh pot on. I always make a pot when I stream. I'll drink a pot during the course of the stream, and then once the coffee's gone, that's when I log off and go to bed. What am I doing? Oh, jinkin. I need jinkin. What the hell is that noise? Sounds like some wild animal's trying to claw its way through my front door. Oh, nice. Oh, I have to destroy this one because it's lore so that I can get this one. Alright, sell our loot, get out of here. There's a guy down the first floor. Don't let me forget, I have to sell our loot. Then we'll go finish these other quests. That should easily carry us into level 10. We're halfway there now. And then we get a whole new series of quests. I really want to go to Crushbone. Almost forgot to stop by the merchant. Wow, bad teeth are worth a nice little chunk of change. Puma teeth. I should actually save that. I think I'm going to need bat wings. Got any plans for the week? Or for the next few days? No, I guess week. It's almost a week. Come on, click. I think you can just buy bat wings now, though. Oh, that's right, the 4th of July. I forgot all about that. Yeah, see, you can just buy bat wings. They just made them available in the shops now. I should buy some backpacks. There, now I can carry a little more. Yeah, I forgot all about the 4th of July. Good lord, where's my head? This will be our first time taking the baby to see the fireworks, so we're kind of curious to see how it goes. There's a really big display downtown, and it's very loud, but it gets very crowded too. We usually just bail before the show starts because there's just so many people. And it's hot. All those vendor carts spitting out all that smoke, and it's just, oh, it's a miserable day. Somebody always gets in a fight. You know how it is. You put that many people in one spot on a hot summer day. Some of them been drinking. Alright, alright, alright. Quit goofing around here. Mushrooms, cats, and bears. We're going to save the bears for the next round. I didn't get the two from the lady, the bakery lady. That's what I forgot to do. But no biggie. Very sorry about this, but I have to murder you. There's two. Yes, thank you. Okay, now we need two more. Man. On most games, I remap the E key to be the character screen, character pane. Um, I keep hitting it. So, but here, the E key is the consider key, where you know look at somebody and see how they are disposed toward you. So I keep conning everybody. I just want to see how much XP I got. It's like a scene from the Serengeti. Because I use Z and C for strafe. I know that's weird, but Asheron's called defaulted Z and C for safe, strafe, and I just got used to doing it. And then Q would be sheath, unsheath weapon, and E would be character select, or character panel. What would you like your tombstone to say? You go up to the like plane of sky with like a level 85 character or something like that, or whatever, and they all con. It would take an army to beat, and then you just go up there solo and start mowing through all of them. It's kind of cute. Yeah, it is weird. I can see the logic behind the Q and E. Um, I've just always used Z and C. I can't use my pinkies. I've always had long fingernails. I don't know if you can see that on my pinkies. Not something I started doing when I was a little kid, and I just got in the habit. And then the quicks started growing out underneath, so now I can't even cut them short because it draws blood. But the old Fu Manchu movies, where the crazy Chinese guy would always put his long fingernail, I thought that was amazing. So I wanted one. So I've been growing them like that. So I can't use my pinkies, so I have to change things around a little bit to accommodate for that. Just an odd little affectation. Just seeing how well my warder does. I used to love those. Sunday afternoon. Every Sunday afternoon, Kung Fu Theater would be on. Absolutely. I've seen every one of them. My stepfather was Chinese, and he got me hooked on that stuff. He'd take us to the drive-ins, where they'd show these really crazy kung fu movies, and people's heads flying off, all that kind of craziness. Um, and I was hooked. I was hooked from day one. And then I found out that USA Network would do a kung fu movie every Sunday afternoon. And that's how I spent my Sunday afternoons. Prior to that, it was Abbott and Costello reruns in black and white. Then that came out, and that all ended. So. Yeah, that and the flying guillotines. You remember those? They'd throw them and they'd land on people's head and they'd whip chain and they'd cut their heads off. Those were the best. Yeah, there's always some guy though whipping people with his ponytail. And there's always some guy that's like the iron skin technique, and then you have to find that one weak spot, and it's like under his left armpit or something like that. This one of them was the sole of his left foot, and another one was like inside his mouth or something like that. The iron skin technique. I'm going to sit here and med up real quick while I go have a short smoke. I'll be back in just a minute with more Kung Fu movies, or yeah, Kung Fu theater talk. Be right back. And I'm back. You still there, Brian? If you are, there's 2 movies you got to check out if you haven't seen them already. Since we're on the subject, Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer, and it's imperative that you watch these 2 movies if you haven't seen them yet. Here, I'll write it down in the chat just so you have the proper spelling and everything. It's that important. Imperative. I mean, top of the list priority. Unless your wife's getting ready to have a baby or something like that, then get them on DVD and watch them at the hospital. Oh, you've seen them both? Good, 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 good. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I put a lot of work into my intermission screens. Kung Pao, wasn't that the one with the guy fighting the cow? I don't know that I ever actually saw that, to tell you the truth. I think I started to watch it one time and never made it the whole way through. So I can't give an honest review of it. Sorry. Oh, thanks for the sub, Azure. Azure. Blue Wind. Yeah, I'll have to put it back on my list. This is kind of nice. I can just sit back, let the little twig do all the work. Mercenary heals my pet too, so that comes in handy. Probably should have done that a while ago. Clarity. Come on, fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. I hate it when you get in those fizzling surges. I don't think you can give warders weapons, can you? Yeah, yeah. That one I know. I have an enchanter, level 28 enchanter. So I know clarity. Never play him, but I have one. Oh, okay. Alright. One day I went to watch my Kung Fu Theater movie on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, and it was gone. They'd replaced it with something else, and that was a very sad day in my life. This, pre-internet where you could just download things. But then Commander USA's Groovy Movies came out, and that kind of made up for it. Where's he going? Oh, dude, don't even get me started on wrestling. I hate to admit that I love wrestling. I've been watching that since I was 6 years old. My grandmother got me hooked on it. She was one of those little old ladies in the crowd screaming at the wrestlers. My grandmother was. Yeah, don't even get me started on that. We'll be here all night. Still need 4 more Pumas. Oh, no way. Still watch it. We're not avid watchers. We'll watch it periodically, but still keep on top of it. I follow a few Twitter feeds, just to see who's doing what and where. A couple of Facebook like pages. It's always one of those awkward things to admit to in public. A lot of people love wrestling. Not a lot of people like to admit it. Yeah, but screw it. I like it. I do. It's a soap opera for men. Yeah, that's where the that's when it was fun. Nothing against what wrestling has become today. It's still fun, just a different kind of fun. Back then, you because of the indie circuits and whatnot, you had your favorite wrestlers because that was the wrestler from your territory that represented your territory. And then when he would go on the road, you'd root him on because he's your guy. And it was just a little different. Much less pyro. I remember sitting in front of the TV when Jimmy Superfly Snuka came off the top of the cage onto Don Morocco. First time anybody had ever seen anything like that. Just a wee lad. Sitting in my mom's room because they wouldn't let me watch it in the main television in the living room. They'd always get mad at me for watching wrestling out there, so I'd have to go back to my mom's crappy little black and white and watch it. God, how many of these things do we have to kill yet? Like it never ends. It's kind of neat to have been able to see the evolution of Well, it is fake. I mean, let's face it. They do take real injuries. They do take some really hard bumps. But it is what it is, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. It's I'm not denying the physicality of it, not in the least. Injuries are real things. People do get hurt. Um, God, did you see when what was it, LoJack threw that guy off the top of that stack of tables? He was trying to kill that guy. I forget the other guy's name. It was this ECW feud thing, and I wasn't really a very close follower of ECW, even though it was just 3 hours from here. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. I just mean that it's not. I think a lot of people that's all they mean. Um, you know who's going to win beforehand. Before you go out into the ring, you know who's going to win. You know who's supposed to take the fall, and that's part of the thing. I think that's what most people mean. I think there's just been a few detractors that have abused the word fake and just made people get a little edgy about it. But whatever. Let people think what they think. As long as you know the truth, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what other people think. Yeah, but there's no denying the physicality of it. Seen enough injuries. God, I saw what was it? Sid Vicious come off that top rope with that boot to the head. He had no business being on the top rope and freaking snapped his leg in half. His leg bone went right through the mat. It was brutal. Brutal. I hate seeing stuff like that. And when Owen died, nothing fake about him dying. Yeah, you saw that? That was rough. Oh, we're done with our quest. We can go turn him in. And Foley's ear rip was a real ear rip. I mean, it didn't fall off by itself. But yeah, that LoJack thing. When I saw, he was legitimately mad at that guy. He was trying to hurt that guy. I guess he had a bit of a reputation for trying to do that kind of stuff, which isn't cool. When you're in that business, you have to be able to depend on the person you're in the ring with. Now, it's one thing if the guy had it coming. If he was being really careless with the other wrestlers and not taking the necessary precautions, then the guy needs to get bumped. But you don't throw somebody off a stack of 10 tables. And he was aiming for the ring post. Thank God he missed. Guy ended up landing on the turnbuckle with his face. Got all tangled up in the ropes. It was horrible. He didn't move. They had to carry him out of the arena. He said, I was trying to kill that motherfucker. Did you ever see any of those Japanese death matches him and Terry Funk used to do? If you ever get a chance, look. They're on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube. Insane, ridiculous, too much, over the top. I understand why they did it. They wanted to impress the fans. They wanted to, get the pop. They wanted to make the money. I get that, but there has to be a limit. And I think he realized that a little later on in his life once he started having kids and whatnot. Yeah. And what else? 12 Puma Fangs. Pearl Slick here. And then we're done with Jinkin. Yeah, I know. I can't either. Was never. That's why I didn't watch it. No, that's why I didn't watch ECW, despite the fact that it was basically a local show. I like to see some of the stuff they were doing. Sabu and his flying around all over the place, and what was it, RVD going 6 deep into the crowd to do a splash on somebody. But you know, the barbed wire, you don't need that. You don't need that. Yeah, yeah. Who's that guy? Missing all his teeth. One of the ECW guys. I forget. I forget. His name always reminded me of Police Academy. Yeah, throwing Spike Dog. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Poor guy. We should be able to get all this guy's quests now. And then hail him again. Do saddles this time. Now we're on the bears and the knolls and the oh, what are the other things? Crocs. Bears, knolls, and crocs. We've got mail. Yeah, you need a whole lot of cardio. Um, Not to mention just getting used to taking the bumps and whatnot, but cardio. Just God, cardio, cardio, cardio. You watch one of those old Ric Flair 60-minute marathon matches that he used to pull off back in the day. Uh, uh, in Florida, when I was in Florida, he was in town, and a bunch of them were staying at the local Holiday Inn. And apparently Ric Flair was just going through the place buying everybody drinks. He was that kind of guy. Yeah. Now are any of those guys actually as heavy as they claim to be, or do they pad the weights a little bit? Since you have some insider knowledge, I know they pad the height though on some of the giants, especially on the giants. I know they give them a couple of inches. All right, all right. That's what I figured. That's what I figured. All right, now we can go up to the third floor and get that guy's quest. I miss midget wrestling. They really need to bring that back. I know why they don't do it anymore. It's not, acceptable. Um, but I really liked midget wrestling back in the day, and the old woman's wrestling when you had like these haggard crones slamming into each other in the middle of the ring instead of a bunch of bikini models. Yeah, he's a little fella. He's just a little fella. I'm not implying that you're a little fella. I'm just saying he's not that tall. Well, Canadian. Oh, this is the guy that wants me to kill that barbarian dude. He'll probably be retiring soon. He's been at it for quite a while. He's one of the smart ones. He's always managed to stay healthy. He takes time off when he needs to. Goes and does his other music stuff and whatnot. Made a big name for himself when he was young and healthy, and now he can just ride that out. Oh, awesome! That is cool. Find. Trying to find all the quest givers for level 10. Now we got Skinner. Oops. I keep clicking on the names and I can forget that I'm on the find menu. Council Age Shay, and the guy on the 3rd floor. Yeah, Japan's crazy about wrestling. Of course, they have some weird ideas about wrestling over there too, though. Do you remember? A few people wore the mask, but a tiger mask. Um, I remember when he first came out, and the stuff that he was doing in the ring was just so crazy ridiculous. All this lucha libre stuff, but it was before us Americans knew about that kind of wrestling. What the hell am I doing? Council chambers, not the blacksmith. I get to talking, I forget where I'm going. Probably been in this town for the last hour, haven't I? Oh, and you want me to kill spiders. Did he really? Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough crowd. You don't want to go over there and not put on a good show. They can be brutal. I don't mean violent, just brutal. Um, they don't like to ask you back if you don't put on a good show, and they'll pay top dollar. Japanese like their distractions. We're done. That's it. Back outside. Gotta unload loot. That's right. Keep forgetting to do that. So why doesn't he do it here? I I appreciate what Hogan did for the industry. He really put wrestling on the map, big time, big time. All modern day wrestlers owe their lifestyle to Hogan, whether they like to admit it or not. But I fucking hate Hogan. Oh, excuse my French. Sorry, try to keep it clean. I cannot stand him. I've never liked him. I didn't like him when he was a face. I didn't like him back in the day when he was like taking the belt from the Iron Sheik. None of that. Oh man, I could not stand Hogan because he couldn't wrestle. That's true. That is true. Yeah, why work any harder than you have to? But I mean, you owe it to your fans. Although Ric Flair kind of got repetitious too, so he always did that over the top rope turnbuckle thing. That flip where he'd flip over and then run along the apron, and then that stagger in the ring and fall flat on his face. Most of Ric Flair's moves actually had to do with him getting punched by somebody. All his trademark gimmicks. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're used to watching a couple of fat old truck drivers wrestling in the ring. Yeah, a lot of people had problems with him, and a lot of it's probably justified. Um, it was a cutthroat business, and it still is to a degree today. I mean, they got contracts and salaries now, but still have to make a name for yourself. You still have to earn your paycheck, or you won't have a job next week. Because there's 10 more guys behind you waiting to take your place, and there's only like 3 major wrestling organizations in the world now, so slim pickings. Did you see Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins bought TNA Wrestling? Well, I don't know if he bought. Yeah, no, I guess he did. I guess he just bought it outright, and is running the show himself now. I don't know how good it is. I haven't watched TNA in quite a while. Impact Wrestling, I guess they call it now. I mean, granted, he got it a while ago, but I just thought that was interesting. Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins owns wrestling. Just cracks me up. Yeah, she was a nightmare. She was really bad. And I think she knew it too. It's just, what are you gonna do? Somebody has to do it. And it was her job. Oh, excuse me. I actually thought they were going to be a serious contender to WWE, but because of the whole Dixie Carter nonsense, it was just really hard to take it seriously after that. Yeah, yeah, they were. Thought we were going to have another Monday Night Wars. Trying to figure out what all this crap in my backpack does. Okay, I want to keep that, and I want to keep that. What is this? Oh, that's more of those. Good lord, I got 30 of those. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Vince is skeezy like that, and he'll openly admit it. You know, it's business. Business is business, and uh, you know, if TNA gets caught with their pants down, that's on them. Um, it's rough. It's brutal, but you know, it's just nature of the beast. Um, have to protect your assets. Vince has got a lot of people working on him, working for him, dependent on him for a paycheck, and he's got to keep those people employed. But to be fair, TNA didn't really need a lot of help. Um, if that were in fact the case, Hogan just gave it the nudge it needed. That's all. I wonder if that's what happened with WCW also, because you notice that as soon as Hogan went over there, and then the whole Wolfpack thing started, that's when people started losing interest in WCW. I stopped watching it once that whole Wolfpack crap started. I got so irritated every freaking show, because it was every single match. They'd come out, they'd interfere with the match. Every single match, night after night, week after week, it was the same thing over and over again. Ridiculous. I just stopped watching it. I just started watching WWE. That was towards the end of the Monday Night Wars. And I'm wondering if that, you know, now that you bring the TNA thing up, I'm wondering if that's what happened with WCW too, which led to Vince buying them out. Huh. Where's my tinfoil hat? But it wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, the way he got the company in the first hand was oh yeah, that was all Eric Bischoff though. He was promising people the moon. Oh, look what they did with Bret Hart. They gave him like a $3 million contract, and then they never used him. They sat him on the bench. They were buying him just so Vince didn't have him. And that was Bret Hart was at his peak. That was just a floundered career. What time is it? Yeah, we'll go out for a little more. Yeah, Hall and Nash. Your buddy Scott Hall has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's a drunken lout. How many times does somebody have to show up in the ring drunk before you cut them loose? How many times? I understand friendship, camaraderie, bro. You're putting other people's lives at risk. You're putting other people's careers at risk by putting them in the ring with a slobbering drunk. That's not cool. I didn't think it was cool when Jeff Hardy did it either. Oh yeah. Kevin Nash openly admits that he's a scumbag. It's just you can't be that kind of person and be in that business. You can't, because it's not, belts don't matter, titles don't matter, none of that crap matters. What matters is the show. And if you're not willing to go in there and put on a good show in cooperation with these other people that you're working with, you have no business being there because somebody's going to get hurt. And now Kevin Nash walks around with his fucking knobbly, damn my language, with his knobbly knees, and he can barely walk anymore. Well, nobody's going to take care of you if you're not taking care of them. And I'm sure a lot of his knee injuries were the result of people not being gentle enough. You know what I mean? And not to mention he's just ridiculously tall. And when you're that big, your knees are going to go. I tried to like Kevin Nash. I really did, for breaking kayfabe, just for having the guts to do it. But no, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And where are they now? They're doing shoot interviews in motel rooms for $100 a night. And was it X-Pac? What the hell's his name? He threw his lot in with them, and he's not going to go anywhere. Or well, he never did go anywhere. That was his heyday. That was it. That was his peak. At least Billy Gunn got to continue being a jobber. You know what I mean? I like watching them, especially with the old Grizzly guys. Um, yeah, he was a good wrestler. You got to give credit where it's due. He was a good wrestler. He was just he's a freaking idiot. These people are their own worst enemies. Shit, I forgot to buy spells. That's what I was going to do. And whatever happened to Airborne? God, what was his name? I want to say Jason Bourne, but that's Bourne Identity. All right, Brian. Thanks for stopping by and Chewing the fat. I'm probably going to be wrapping this up soon myself. It's getting late here too. Alright, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Alright folks, I'm going to step aside for just another minute. Something I got to go do real quick. And I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. I'm gonna wrap up this bear portion and where am I at? XP wise. And then head over and pick up some more spells. And then probably call it a night after that. I'm gonna try out this other weapon. Oh shit, I think I left it in the bank. Yeah, I did. Stupid. Oh well. Yeah, I think I seriously need to upgrade my weapon a little bit. Yeah, let's run over to the bank. I gotta get that done. This weapon's just not cutting it anymore. There we go. I like the smaller races, the shorter races, because it always makes me feel like I'm running faster. When you're playing a troll or an ogre, you just kind of plod along. They all run at the same speed, it just feels faster when you're on a smaller character. Dwarves and halflings are favorites. Especially the old halflings, how their feet used to just flicker when they ran. They had no knees. What did I come here for? I want to go to the bank. And since we're here, we'll run over, get our spells, run back over, kill some more bears. And yeah, probably call it a night after that. Keep that nearby, just in case. Oh, I can finally buy a weapon augmentation. Spells. Keep getting distracted. Go get my spells first, then we'll worry about that next. There's so much to do. And the laggy old training tent. Alright, what do you got for me here? This is going to be a bit of a process because I have to go through all the spells because I never remember what I need. Oh, quest item. Okay, Beast 13, not just yet. Nope. Nope. Yep. 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 Not yet. Only going up, what am I, 10? Yeah, 10. I'll go up to like level 12. I guess that's it. Let's see what we got. That's next level. Fleeting Fury. Oh, pet buff. And a me buff. Let's get rid of that. Can't use that. And we'll put that right there. I don't even know if we can use that. Mercenaries buff might override it. Probably will. If I can cast it. Ah! Snake scales. You swine. How many of those have I sold so far? Fortunately, you can just buy them at the vendor now. Merchant winless. Sell me some snake scales. There. Don't need 100 of them. They'll go right next to the bat wings. Now let's see what we can do. Causes your target to grow hard scales around their body, increasing armor class by 27. I'm going to buy 20 more, just to be on the safe side. And then cast it on the pet. Oh, come on. You can do it. And there you go. Our first buff that actually matters. So what we got? We got 6 more of those bears to take care of. Run, 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 run. Sorry, we'll start beating stuff up here in just a second. Well, a couple of seconds. Is that person still here? Ah, we can do gators. Gators are big. I think we should just stick with bears for now. Alrighty. Let's murder things. My warder's not doing so good. Of course he's new. Oh, that's nice. By the time I kill one, the second one's respawn. So I can just stay right here at the entrance. Oh, come on. I am taunting you. I hate it when you do that. Gets them all riled up. Oh, he's dead. Hold on, I thought I had the baby monitor here, but I don't. I'll be right back. Found it. Thought I heard a noise. False alarm. I'm kind of starting to like it. Yeah. Starting to get a little bit of a feel for it. How you doing, John? Oh, no worries, no worries, no worries. That stuff always takes priority over pretty much anything. That's what it's all about. I did come in towards the tail end though. I'm going to finish up this bear quest and probably call it a night after this. It has been a day. I'm ready for it to end. Ding! Okay, we gotta do 2 more of them. But first we have to learn our spell. Ah, thanks. Why is she healing herself? Now that is... what did we just get there? Alright, let's try that. Okay, murder that bear. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Alright, let's get in there. Fizzle, 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 fizzle. Murder that bear. Yeah, Canadian band. Canadian death metal band. That fleeting fury really is fleeting, isn't it? Doesn't last long at all. And one more. Murder the moose. I saw a documentary about mooses once, and I think it's the male will dig a trench in the dirt and then urinate in it, copious amounts, and then roll around in it or something like that to attract the female. Just seems quite unsanitary. And done with the bears. Well, there's some things I'd just rather remain unaware of, I guess. Rolling around in a mud puddle full of urine just doesn't strike me as a good way to spend the afternoon. Just saying. Go away. Alright, thanks for stopping by, John. Always a pleasure. Be back on tomorrow at noon. Sleep well. Okay, we'll finish that one up next time. Actually, I'll just log off right here, because then we can just start right back where we left off. Got plenty of bag space, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night here. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed the show. I'll be back tomorrow around noon, and then again tomorrow night, daily, noon and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, good night, and thanks.